Welcome to Looks Down in Heaven. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming through. Came across this video today that Donald Trump faces criticism after taking in white South African refugees after trying to deport so many immigrants, multiple people, including human rights lawyers, immigration academics, and civil rights activists, and the Democratic senators have criticized President Donald Trump for giving white Africans from South Africa refugee status. They said at the time, he said that U.S. lacks the ability to absorb large numbers of migrants, and in particular refugees, into its communities in a manner that does not compromise the availability of resources for America. But the first group of white South Africans are set to arrive in the USA Monday at Dulles Airport, just outside of Washington, D.C., which they should be here by now. So I can see why they're criticizing them, because it's like you kicking out one group of people and then you bringing in another. It's like a song in John. It's like, kick out the migrants, bring in the white people. Kick out the migrants, bring in the white people. Bring in the white people. Bring in the white. Bringing in the white people.
Donald Trump's administration is aiming to bring the first group of white South Africans to the United States via its refugee program as soon as next week. 3 people familiar with the matter have said. It's a divisive move.
Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Especially given that Trump has been blocking refugee admissions from the rest of the world. 2 of the sources, who requested anonymity as they were sharing internal plans, said their aim is to fly the initial cohort of around 50 Afrikaners into Washington Dulles International Airport in Virginia.
It was like an answered prayer.
Life coach Katia Beeden is administrator of a website that seeks to help white South Africans take up Trump's offer.
We've been forgotten. It's very hard for us to travel. It's very hard for us to get visas. So to suddenly hear that a country like the United States is offering us refugee status was a really big deal. And I was so excited. I felt so relieved. It just felt like a lifeline.
In February, Trump issued an executive order that called for the US to resettle Afrikaner refugees. It said Afrikaners, who are descendants of mostly Dutch early settlers, were victims of unjust racial discrimination. The assertion that minority white South Africans face discrimination from the black majority has spread in far-right circles for years and been echoed by Trump's white South African-born ally, Elon Musk.
I guess the key issue just to highlight is that none of this is actually true.
Political analyst TK Poe says the refugee scheme has created a false narrative that South Africa is a country going through some civil war.
And then secondly, within the internal borders of South Africa, it really has created a lot of division. It's almost as though President Trump has gone out of his way to sow internal divisions.
Violence against white farmers and a law allowing for the expropriation and redistribution of land are often cited as evidence of anti-white discrimination in South Africa. However, out of 26,000 murders in South Africa last year, just 44 were linked to farming communities, according to police statistics. Crime researchers say the overwhelming majority of murder victims are black.
And Elon Musk is from South Africa, right? You know, what he could have did was he could have sent a bunch of Teslas over there and had people, well, do the Teslas have a trunk? Yeah, they have a trunk in the front, right? You could have sent a bunch of Teslas over there and had people get into the trunks and then bring them back to the United States as if you're going to sell them and they could get out. But they don't even have to worry about that. You got the Haitian people that want little rafts and floaties trying to make it across the seas, and my South African people, they getting luxury flights. Oh my goodness, man, things just be different on the other side, don't it?
In addition, 3/4 of private land in South Africa is white-owned and not a single expropriation has taken place. South Africa's government has criticised Trump's programme, saying that it fails to recognise South Africa's history of colonialism and apartheid. It added that it's ironic that refugee status is being offered to people from the most economically privileged part of South African society. The average white household owns 20 times the wealth of the average black household, according to international academic journal The Review of Political Economy. Official data shows unemployment rates are far higher among black citizens.
As long as it's not here, you can go anywhere you want.
Trump's order also came after he'd suspended all US refugee admissions, citing security and cost concerns. Thousands of Afghans, Congolese and others fleeing conflicts were blocked even after they'd been vetted and cleared.
What Biden did to this country.
I don't know, man. Do I have it wrong or what? What's going on? I mean, okay, if I'm wrong, then, please tell me. I know I don't understand everything, but I'm just saying, it seems like, again, like, kicked out all the migrants and without giving them any type of due process or anything, and then you're bringing in, you know what I'm saying? They say South African, but the skin is still white, I mean. So I don't know. Okay, all right, I'm done. I'm off of it. All right, peace out.